travel and all that stuff. Like, what do teams have to do? What do successful teams typically do in the weeks leading up to it to make sure that they are primed and they're ready to play once the game rolls around?
Yeah, I think you got to make sure that you keep it fun. You know, it's a reward for a great season, and I think some people kind of maybe lose sight of that a little bit. But the players are excited; they're ready to get back out there, and you know, because we didn't end the season on a great note, and so get to go back down to San Diego, and looking forward to that. And but you got to have some fun. You got to get back to fundamentals, and it allows some of your younger guys an opportunity to get out there and get some great reps because you want to try to keep your older guys a little bit fresh as well. But younger guys get a lot of reps out there too, and kind of just catapult you into the springtime. So it's a growing period for us, and so we're excited about it.
Well, you were on the other side of it with all the bowl festivities going on in Minnesota. What's unique about both teams kind of being able to get to know each other at some points? I mean, can you kind of elaborate on that?
Oh, I think it's the events that they have at the Poinsettia Bowl is I think outstanding, and they follow it right back up. It's like their practice run for the Holiday Bowl, and so they got that thing down pat. You know, I mean, it's like they know exactly where you're supposed to be, and it just runs so smoothly. So the Holiday Bowl events that we get to participate in, I think, are great. You know, whether it's the zoo. Whether it's on the Army ship or the Navy ship, you know, being able to just get an understanding of how the men and women of our country that serve our country for us, the sacrifices that they have to go through. And so for our guys to see that, I remember them being able to see where the people sleep at. And it was like, you know, they just basically put bunkers up like wherever on the ship that they can find space. And it was like, you know, for lack of a better term, I mean, it was like sitting in a coffin almost. You know, you couldn't even sit up or you bump your head. So when you see that, I think it puts it into perspective, you know, why we get to play this great game of football. And I think the players really respect that.
Herc mentioned that you guys were submitting an appeal for the targeting ejection. Do you know kind of what the process is for that, or when do you guys expect to hear back?
I don't know anything about that. I didn't even know you can do an appeal there. So, but we're going with it that he's going to sit out the first half, and we're going to get the next guy ready to go, and then we'll get through that first 30 minutes, and then get Hercules back out there in the second half.
Do you need to talk to him about that? I mean, he's a pretty fundamental tackler. It doesn't happen often, but do you still kind of look back at the video and try to change anything, or did you guys have a conversation?
You got to bring that hit down, you know, and the rule's been in play for a little bit now, and so we were definitely high on that hit, and we got to be lower, you know, and it's a split-second deal, but you know that's the game, and so we got to make sure we hit in that strike zone. Below the shoulders and above the knees, and that's the name of the game, and that's what we got to be able to teach them. So we'll review it and make sure that they continue to understand where those hits got to be at, and that way we can keep everybody safe.
You catch any flack from the coaches or players from being on the other side in that game last year since you got here?
All the time. It kind of died out a little bit over the season, so that was good. But it is good to get a chance to get back, and I was talking with some family and friends, and it's really where everything kind of started for me. You know, being here right now, and so I'm very thankful to get that opportunity, and so hopefully go down and have a good showing, and I know it's going to be a great game.
Sorry if they already asked this, but there was kind of a few days where Coach Leach was being linked to some other jobs, Tennessee job. Did he address that with the staff, or with the players, or what was kind of that span like for you guys?
Yeah, no, we've been on the road recruiting so much, and Coach has been on the road too. So you know, there's names that are out there, and there's always going to be names that get thrown out there when you have success, and so that's kind of where it's at. So I don't know much more beyond that though.
You guys good with Coach?